Hi, it's Leslie Meredith from Breakbulk Events and Media. We're talking to another member of our panel from Ocean Going Issues, Kyriacos from AAL. Welcome.
Thank you.
It's great to have you here. I think this was a very important session for everyone involved in the industry. Carriers play such an important role. What do you think were the top issues that were brought out on this panel?
All right, we discussed the challenges that the not only the MPP market but the whole shipping industry is currently facing towards environmental compliance, towards the current investment landscape, towards the customers' trends, the new demands from the industry, and it was quite a pleasant chat, and I think both panelists as well as the audience enjoyed that chat, and it was so we basically covered quite a number of topics, and you could see the interest was there. Yeah.
So do you think among, the heavy lift carriers such as yourself, do you find it more collaborative or competitive?
I would say both. I would say both.
You can have both.
Yes, you can have both. I mean, when you're talking on the day-to-day coding, it's competitive, and this is natural. But when it comes to dealing with industry challenges, this is pretty much more collaborative, yeah. So we combine both, yeah.
Excellent. All right, so what do you see the way forward for, we've had some rough times the last few years, certainly. What is your outlook for the next year or two?
I'm one of the optimistic viewers of the market. I think we had a prolonged pressure. I think it's now time to gain more optimism, and we see the fundamentals are there. As far as the MPP market, the supply front is one of the big drivers towards expecting and projecting recovery. On the cargo side, of course, the increase of fuel price has a short-term negative impact on the increased operating cost. However, it comes with a big benefit on a long-term return of the oil and gas projects. So we start to see that, and we start to quote for projects that they're coming up for next year. So I think the short term is still a challenge. The short term is still we're going to have to incur additional operating costs, but for the sake of the long term, starting from next year, I'm very optimistic that we will see a recovery. On top of that, there is also the compliance aspect with the environment and the fuel consumption. That will see further changes into the supply front towards more manageable supply front, which again, in turn, will help towards seeing recovery in the market. For those players, again, that they are there for the long term.
All right, well, that sounds good, and I certainly appreciate your optimism.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.